What really happens in a hostile M&A environment? The untold corporate battles. Discover the intense world of hostile mergers and acquisitions, where corporate battles, legal tactics, and high stakes make business drama thrilling and complex. Understanding the hostile environment of mergers and acquisitions. Hey, have you ever wondered what goes down in the world of mergers and acquisitions, especially when things get a bit hostile? I mean, it's not all handshakes and nice dinners like you see in the movies. Sometimes it feels like a battlefield where companies are duking it out to take control of one another. Let me break it down for you. Mergers and acquisitions, or M&A for short, are when one company buys or merges with another. Now, most of these deals are friendly. Everyone shakes hands, agrees on terms, and looks forward to working together. But then there's the hostile type, which is basically like the corporate version of a hostile takeover. Picture this. Company A wants to buy Company B, but Company B doesn't want to be bought. That's when things get tricky. In a hostile M&A environment, the company trying to be acquired often resists. They may refuse to negotiate, try to find a white knight buyer to save them, or even use legal tactics to block the takeover. It's like a game of chess, with each side trying to outwit the other. The acquiring company might go directly to the shareholders and try to buy enough shares to get control. That's called a tender offer. Or they might try to replace the board with people friendly to their cause. Sounds intense, right? Now, you might think these hostile takeovers are just about business strategy, but there's often a lot more nuance. Sometimes accusations start flying around. They're just after our profits, or worse, they're manipulating the market. And that's where things like untrue allegations come into play. Companies could point fingers, accusing each other of shady behavior, which muddies the water for everyone involved. Interestingly, you'll even find whispers about government conspiracy or undue influence in some high-profile cases, especially in industries like pharmaceuticals where the stakes and profits are huge. Now, I'm not saying these things are necessarily true, but they add to the drama and complexity of hostile takeovers. From my experience, the pharmaceutical industry is a prime example. The massive pharmaceutical profits at stake make it a hotbed for hostile bids, legal battles, and strategic defenses. The companies involved have huge resources, and the takeover attempts can last months or even years. Shareholder sentiment, public perception, and regulatory scrutiny all play massive roles in the outcome. Defense mechanisms. Companies under threat often adopt strategies like the poison pill, which is basically a way to make their stock less attractive to the bidder. White knights. Sometimes a third company swoops in to rescue the target company, buying enough shares to block the hostile bidder. Proxy fights. Both sides try to convince shareholders to vote in their favor during annual meetings, which could mean changing the board of directors. All this maneuvering makes the hostile M&A environment feel like a high-stakes game with a lot on the line. Whether you're a small shareholder or just watching from the sidelines, it's fascinating, and let's be honest, pretty entertaining. By the way, if you like high tension and corporate intrigue mixed with thrilling storytelling, you've got to check out a book called The Ultimate Frame. It's a really exciting novel by Semple that captures some of the fierce, sometimes shadowy battles in the world of business. Perfect if you want to get lost in a drama inspired by real-world financial warfare. Discover this thrilling novel by Semple today. Whether you want something to entertain you on your commute or just enjoy a story with a sharp edge, The Ultimate Frame is definitely worth a read. So next time you hear about a big corporate battle in the news, now you'll have a little more insight into what's really going on behind the scenes. And hey, it's good to be prepared when wild claims about government conspiracy or pharmaceutical profits start showing up in headlines, because sometimes those are just smoke and mirrors in a very complex world.